Guys, and welcome once again to Prof Dan Tutorials. Please kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel and thank you for doing so. Our topic today is what we call non-symmetric data distribution. Don't forget to check our previous video on symmetric data distribution. Our focus today is on the non-symmetric data distribution. So you will learn what this type of distribution is and the certain tools that can be used. We'll look at this example from which we'll understand what this type of distribution is. The data shows the recent number of coronavirus cases across 9 areas. The first question says, is the data non-symmetric? And 2, find the center and the spread of the distribution. So this is the data given. Okay, so the very first thing we're going to do is let's plot this data to see or ascertain if it is symmetric or non-symmetric. The first thing you're going to do is to have a number line and place your data on it. So we can see the smallest number we have here is 4. So we can have 4. Let's say if we... So the very first thing, we have number 4. How many times do we have 4 here? So 4 appeared 3 times. So we can plot it on 4. We have 3 times 1, 2, and 3 is as easy as that. The next number, let's observe, we have 5, 1, 2, 3. So the number 5 also appears 3 times, so we can have it 1, 2, and 3. Let's observe the next number we can see. We can see 7 here appearing 2 times. So we have 7 2 times. I can have 1 and 2. And lastly, let's see, we are left with 9, which appear once. So go to 9. So we have it just once. So in this type of plots, what do we call it? Remember, for a symmetric data distribution, we say that the left side mirrors the right side. So if we have, let's say, 2 here, the right side we also have 2. If we have 1 here, for example, the right side we also have 1. So let's say this is the peak. Okay. So we have the left side to the peak mirrors the right side. This is a symmetric data distribution. But for the case of non-symmetric data distribution, the left side does not mirror, is not the same as the right side. So even from here, if we identify the peak is this. This is the peak, which is the highest, which ranges between 4 and 5. To the left side, nothing. To the right side, we have this. So the left side, it's not the same as the right side. So when you have something like this, which is not so obvious in this form, then it is a non-symmetric data distribution. So yes, it is a non-symmetric data distribution. So the question now is, for a non-symmetric data distribution, how do you find its center and spread? Remember, for a symmetric data distribution, to find its center, you are using the mathematical concept mean. And to find its spread, you are using what we call the mean absolute deviation. Okay, so but for a non-symmetric data distribution, this is very important for you to know. Okay, so for the center, you are using the concept of median. Okay, and for its spread, you are using what we call the interquartile range. Okay, you can check our previous video on quartiles where we treated what's its interquartile. So now we understand that what we need to do is to find the mean to be able to get the center. Remember for median, remember for us to get median, first you have to order your data from the smallest to the biggest, the largest. So let's say we have 4 as the smallest, so that means we have 4 which occur 3 times, followed by 5, also 3 times, so we have 5, 5 and 5. Then we have the next number 7 2 times, so 7 7, and lastly 9. So this is the very first thing to order in ascending form. So the next thing is we can easily find the median now, and that's going to be the middle value. So let's see what's going to be the middle value. 1 2 3, 1 2 3 4 4. So this is our middle value. So our median is 5. So the next thing is to find the interquartile range. From our previous video, we explained this, that interquartile range is the difference between the third quartile and the first quartile. And how do we find first quartile, which is Q1, and the third quartile, which is Q3? Very easy. We said that when you get the median of the data, there are now 2 halves. The left side, which is the lower halves, and the right side, which is the upper halves. From the left side, you get your Q1, and from your right side, you get your Q3, the third quartile. So your Q1, recall, how do you get Q1? It is the median of the lower values. So we have in this case 4, 4, 4, and 5. These are the values we have as the lower halves. Okay, so what is the median here? Okay, so the middle value in this case is double 4s. And how do you find the median of such? Remember the average over 2. So this is going to give you 8 over 2, which is still 4. So your Q1 is 4. The same method you will use to find your third quartile. In this case, for third quartile, it is the upper half. So the numbers you have there are 5, 7, 7, and 9. So in this case also, the median of this upper half is double 7. So you need to find its average. And that is still going to give you 7. Okay, so your third quartile is 7. With this, your interquartile range is therefore the difference between this third quartile and the first quartile, which is 3. So the measure of spread is 3 and its center is 5. That is for a non-symmetric data. Alright guys, see you in our next video. Please remember to subscribe to my channel. Thank you and have a nice day.